Hey, this is Robert at Guzzi Fabrication, and we are back on our little shop-built welding rig. Today we're going to finally be finishing it out, building a material rack. Now this is going to be a removable material rack. We're going to make it really nice. If you haven't seen the full build on this welding rig trailer, I'll leave a link in the description. Go back and watch this video. I think you'll like it. And it has all the tools and everything that I put in it. It's a shop-built trailer. And we're just going to lay out a simple sketch of what we're going to be doing. Now, instead of just using square tubing, well, we're going to be using 1.25" round tube. And we're going to be using a Pro Tools tubing bender and make this thing really nice. Okay, first we're going to start by fabricating the base plates. Now our material rack is going to slide in to these plates and pin together. And let's go. Okay, we're going to need 4 little cups. It's like I mentioned, this is shop built. We build these to suit. If you have a diagram or a specific design, hey, send that over. We can get you a quote on that. And this particular welding rig trailer is for sale also. If you're interested, hey, give us a shout. Contact us. Okay, let's get these cut off. And this is just kind of a cool deal. As soon as you introduce heat, now this was miscut a little bit, but when the heat's applied, things start to move around real fast. And we'll get that level out, and we're welding it up. And 3 more to go. Okay, that's what it's going to look like. And where they're going to go. Okay, now, so this little work table, I don't want to cut any of it out. I want to keep all of the length of it. So we're just going to go right through this table. I think it'll work out fine. And worst case, hey, the material rack is removable. So if we did need the full space. Okay, let's get our pipe laid out so we can get it cut down to length. Okay, I've made a video on how to use the tubing bender. And this is it. I'll leave a link for it also in the description. And to follow along, you really need to watch this video so you'll understand what this is and what I've made. Now, it takes 17 inches with this diameter of round tube, 1.25", and that thickness to complete a 90-degree bend. And in that video, I show you how to calculate out so you can get perfect bends every time. Okay, let's get this thing loaded up in the Pro Tools tubing bender. And also in that video, I'll explain about how to use this tubing bender. And one of the most important and critical things is having the same starting point every time. Now that little block will remove, but you can make the starting point for your bend anywhere you would like. Now I know the length of the upright minus the 17 inches that we need to create, or that we need for our first 90-degree bend and this is where we're going to start. So let's start making our 90-degree bend. And we're going to go up to 90 degrees on that degree wheel. Well, just a little bit past 90, because there's always going to be spring back. You always want to go 2 or 3 degrees more, so when you let off, it'll come back, spring back to a true 90. And we have our first bend done. That's the easy one. Okay, so we're going to check it with our little calculating gauge, 90-degree gauge, if that's what you want to call it. And those are in 1-inch increments. Okay, with the squares up there, we've got a really nice 90 degree. Now we can calculate the length that we need so we can make our second bend that's going downward. And that's just kind of a visual. And it'll be 17 inches, and then we can measure from the end of that to the end of our pipe how much we need. Now this is very critical. First bend, not so much. Second bend, it must be level. You have to level out your tubing. Otherwise, if you bend a twist in it, yeah, you're not going to get that out very easy. Be a bad day for you. And those foldable jack stands really make life a lot easier. Okay, so we can get our bend started. And we'll have to do this in a couple of bites. We'll run out of RAM, but that's okay. And like I said, we're going to go a little bit past 90 degrees. And that's another important thing. Bending tubing on the degree wheel, you need to set that at 0 every time. Now I've already made the second bar here and double checking it. With that formula that I'll show you in the video, you can make perfect bends every time. So we've got 2 that are identical. 2 pieces that are identical. Now we'll start on our cross braces. That's kind of what it's going to look like. Or through the table. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. And now we're going to be doing a little coping. And this is just a really inexpensive little Harbor Freight unit. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but it's an inexpensive one. As long as you have a good bit, hole saw bit, and it doesn't have a lot of play, you're good to go. And just a little bit of cleanup. Looks pretty decent to me. Let's see how this thing fits. Yeah, I can live with that. It's time to get it welded. Okay, so we got our first cross brace on there. That's the reinforcing cross brace. And then we're going to install a top cross brace, making sure everything's leveled out. We don't want it all willy wonky looking. People making fun of us. We want it square. We'll get this thing tacked up. And then rock and roll. Okay, top brace. Now I've already pre-cut all of this material, and this is going to be for reinforcing. We're going to put 2 on each side. And yes, those are square tubing on the top. The boy material prices are, honestly, that I had that, and I wasn't going to go buy any more round tubing. Okay, so let's get these uprights installed, and this is just to keep the material from a material stop. Get them straightened up. Okay, now I've already shot some Rust-Oleum on this. We're going to check the fit. And we're going to remove a little bit of material, or coating I should say, so we can get a really nice weld. And then we're going to come back and touch up all of this bare steel. And now for our through holes for our pins. And we're going to put our final coat of Rust-Oleum on there. The stuff works pretty well. I've had really good luck with it. Of course, we prepped everything and set the stage so we can get a nice outcome. And there's our pin. Hey man, we've got a compressor on it. Why not have a light? And we just run that off the generator. And there it is, man. Finally, this thing's finished out. And this is a complete new build except for the compressor. And like I mentioned, these are for sale, and we do build to suit also. So if you have any needs in that, hey, you give us a call, give us a shout, email. We'll be happy to talk with you. We like to do really nice, high quality work. So like I said, we could have just done it in square tubing, but yeah, no. If you can weld, you're ready to make money. And you can actually pull this thing with a car. Hey, whatever, if things you liked, whatever you don't like, hey, leave a comment. Good, bad, ugly, ain't gonna hurt my feelings. And we just want to say thank you to all our supporters. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. If you haven't, hit that like and subscribe. Help us out. We're trying to bring you the best content that we possibly can. Hey, and as always, thank you for watching our channel.